Rafael Leão is one of the best and most underrated wingers in the world right now. His journey is incredible, with him coming from a harsh environment in Portugal to then becoming an important player for one of Europe's top clubs, AC Milan. Now, Rafael Leão has faced many obstacles so far in his life and his career. However, he has persevered through and has emerged as a top talent for both club and country. So, how did Rafael Leão come out of nowhere and establish himself as the next big thing in football? Well, let's take a look at the rise of Leao's career. Rafael Leão was born on June 10th, 1999 in Almada, Portugal. However, he grew up in Bairro de Jamaica, an impoverished and poor area within the country. Leao spoke about his childhood, saying that he felt invisible in the area he grew up in and it felt like there was no way out from poverty. However, in hindsight, he was definitely wrong, because he made it out through football, obviously. In fact, Rafael Leão was seen as an extremely top talent as a kid, and the prestigious academy of Sporting Lisbon, the team that developed Cristiano Ronaldo, took notice and signed Leao when he was only 9 years old. However, despite his footballing talent, his life was still difficult. He had long train rides with his father just to get to the training ground, and Leao also said he sometimes saw his father looking for extra ways to bring in money and food just so Leao could continue his dream of playing football. His family believed in him and knew that Leao could be their way out of poverty, and Leao has also said that he's super grateful for his family's trust in him. Moving on, Rafael Leão stuck with Sporting throughout his entire academy career. Then, when he was with the U17s, one of Leao's coaches, Luis Martins, spoke about Leao, and he said a lot of kind things about him. In fact, Martins worked with Ronaldo around the same age of where Leao was at, and Martins spoke about both of the players, saying that they were both very different, with Ronaldo always putting in the extra work, while Leao worked hard but didn't put the extra hours after training, but he still showed a lot of his talent on the pitch. Regardless, apparently a lot of youth coaches at Sporting said that Leao had the talent that Cristiano Ronaldo had. However, in Leao's later years at Sporting, he didn't necessarily perform badly, but he didn't explode on the scene either. He just did decent for the U teams and was showing steady progress, nothing too out of the ordinary. Rafael Leão was then promoted to the B team and only played a handful of matches for them before he was fully promoted to the first team. That's when, for the senior squad, he managed to make 5 senior appearances for Sporting, scoring 2 goals and getting 1 assist. Also, his 2 goals made him the youngest ever goal scorer for the club. Now, getting 3 goal contributions in your first 5 professional games is not bad for the teenager. Leao was definitely showing off his talent, and Sporting were probably excited to have him progress with their team. However, even though Rafael Leão spent around a decade with the Sporting Academy and was starting to get some senior appearances for the first time, he had an agreement with the club to terminate his contract. Why would Leao do that? Well, in May 2018, a mob of about 50 supporters attacked Sporting players and staff at the training facility, with the reason apparently being that Sporting choked a Champions League qualification spot that they should have easily gotten. After this attack, a lot of the players were allowed to terminate their contracts, and Rafael Leão ended up being one of them. That's when, in August 2018, Leao made the decision to join the French club Lille on a free transfer, signing on a 5-year deal. There was some controversy with this deal though. Sporting claimed that they were owed a transfer fee and even took this issue to FIFA. Not only that, Leao's transfer initially wasn't approved by Ligue 1 due to sanctions on Lille for their financial troubles, and because of this, Leao wanted to cancel his contract with the French club. However, he was convinced to stay, and in late September, he was eventually validated by Ligue 1 to play for the team. Now, in Rafael Leao's first season as a professional and for Lille, he did pretty decent for a 19-year-old. In 26 games, he ended up getting 8 goals and 2 assists. That's not bad for a teenager, if I'm being honest. He scored some important goals that season as well, like scoring against Caen to get a 1-0 victory, and also getting a goal and an assist in a 4-0 home win against rivals OGC Nice. Rafael Leao's impressive performances also helped Lille finish 2nd place and helped them qualify for the Champions League, which also definitely helped out the French club financially. However, even though Leao signed a 5-year contract and only played 1 year for the club, he decided to leave. That's because AC Milan's excellent scouting team took notice of Leao and knew that he possessed world-class talent, despite only having 1 professional season under his belt. That didn't matter for Milan though, because in the summer of 2019, Leao signed for the Italian Giants for a fee of 35 million euros and also a 20% sell-on clause. And with Rafael Leao joining Milan, he was finally able to play Champions League football. And speaking about the Champions League, the crew of Kate Abdo, Thierry Henry, Jamie Carragher, and Micah Richards on Paramount Plus is hilarious. I feel bad for the people who don't live in the US because they can't watch this iconic crew. Unless, that's where Surfshark comes in. A VPN service that basically allows you to place your phone or computer anywhere in the world so you can access the internet as if you were in that country right now. For example, if you're in the UK and you're getting tired of hearing the same old-fashioned boring pundits throughout the game, you can use Surfshark to make it seem like you're in the United States to then watch more entertaining presenters like Micah Richards and Jamie Carragher, my favorite duo. Additionally, with the Surfshark One package, not only do you get access to a VPN, but you can also scan for viruses and malware with the antivirus tool, hide from search engines with the search tool, and also check whether any of your data has been breached with the alert tool. Surfshark is way more than just a VPN. Not only that, Surfshark has given me a discount to share with you guys to make their VPN service more cheaper than it already is. All you gotta do is click the link in the description and use code Nabuto to get 83% off plus 3 months free with your purchase. And if you feel like you don't need Surfshark anymore for whatever reason? Surfshark offers a 30-day money-back guarantee. Wow, what a great deal. Anyways, you guys should definitely check that out, and thank you Surfshark for sponsoring this video. And now let's get back to where we left off about Rafael Leão joining AC Milan. Even though Leao had the talent, he struggled in his first 2 seasons at AC Milan. In his first season for Milan in the 1920 campaign, he only managed to get 6 goals and 3 assists in 33 games. Then in the 2021 campaign, he only got 7 goals and 6 assists in 40 games. Now Leao was really young, and to be honest, he still is. But AC Milan were definitely expecting a better player off the bat. However, Milan didn't get that, and Leao recognized this and spoke about his struggles, stating that he was having a hard time adapting to the Milan life, and he was also struggling dealing with the pressure of playing for a gigantic club like Milan. However, in the 21-22 season, Rafael Leão finally exploded onto the scene, and a huge reason for this was actually because of Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Real quick before we talk about the influence of Zlatan on Leao, please remember to subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it, and it means a lot, so thank you. Anyways, back to topic. The legendary Swedish striker took Leao under his wing and taught him a lot about the sport. Ibra taught him things like the importance of asking for help and staying focused even off the pitch. Zlatan even spoke about his experience with Rafael Leão, saying when the Portuguese player first joined, he couldn't get through to him. However, in the preseason training before the 21-22 campaign went underway, something clicked and Leao started to take off after taking Ibra's advice seriously. In this campaign, he got 14 goals and 12 assists in 42 games, which is a huge improvement compared to his first 2 seasons at Milan. He scored some really important goals for Milan as well, scoring in the 1-0 win over Fiorentina, making him the youngest Portuguese player to score at least 10 goals in a single Serie A campaign. He also ended up providing 2 assists to Tonali in the 3-1 comeback victory against Hellas Verona, which helped AC Milan overtake rivals Inter at the top of the Serie A table. Then, near the end of the season, he provided a hat-trick of assists against Sassuolo, and this helped AC Milan win their first Serie A title in 11 years. Due to Leao's impressive performances, he was awarded the Serie A MVP award for the 21-22 season, and also established himself as one of the best dribblers in Serie A, and also the 3rd best dribbler in Europe, behind players like Vinicius Jr. and Alan Saint-Maximin. Now, before we get to the 22-23 season for Leao with Milan, let's talk about the World Cup. Due to Leao's impressive performances for Milan in the season prior, and the fact that a couple of Portugal's top attackers like Pedro Neto and Diego Jota were ruled out to injury, Rafael Leao got the call to represent his country at the tournament. Not only that, Rafael Leao was practically one of the only Portuguese attackers in form in the 22-23 season. Cristiano Ronaldo was barely playing for Manchester United, João Felix wasn't doing so well with Atletico Madrid at the time, and Guedes wasn't doing so high either. Regardless though, Rafael Leao was used as a super sub throughout the tournament despite his sparkling form. He still played great though, with him getting an amazing goal against Ghana in a 3-2 victory for Portugal, and also scoring in the round 16 against Switzerland where Portugal won 6-1. Portugal did end up disappointing against Morocco, but Leao could hold his head up high, with him getting 2 goals in very limited minutes at this tournament. Also, even though Leao barely played at this World Cup, he's still very young and is seen by all football fans to be the future of Portugal's attack for years to come. Back to the 22-23 campaign for AC Milan, Leao is performing well, with him having 14 goals and 12 assists in 42 games for the Italian Giants. So far this season, he won a Serie A goal of the month with his 2nd goal against Inter in a 3-2 derby win. He also was selected as one of the 30 Ballon d'Or candidates for 2022, being placed 14th in the voting polls, which was the highest Portuguese player ranked in that voting list. Yeah, it wasn't Cristiano Ronaldo, it was Rafael Leao this time. Also around the same time, Leao won Serie A Player of the Month. Then AC Milan surprisingly thrashed league winners Napoli 4-0 away from home, which was Napoli's biggest defeat since the 2007-08 season, and Leao scored a goal in that game. Moving on to the Champions League, in the away leg in the quarterfinals against Napoli, he had an incredible solo run, which saw him cap off an assist to Giroud, which secured his team's progress to the semifinal. He also won Man of the Match for that. However, AC Milan's legendary Champions League run ended because of their rivals Inter Milan in the semifinals. However, I can't blame Leao, because he had to miss that first leg due to injury, and that first leg cost Milan the final, to be honest. Regardless of Milan's misfortune this season, it's clear as day that Rafael Leao is an elite winger who will shine for AC Milan and Portugal for years to come. I also genuinely wouldn't be surprised if Rafael Leao eventually wins the Ballon d'Or either, because that's the potential level I see him at. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, please remember to subscribe, I would really appreciate it. And if you want to learn more about a former world-class baller, Paul Pogba, who had his careers ruined because of injuries, you should definitely check out this video here, you won't regret it.